Okay.
Hey, hi there, Lynda. We are connecting across the ocean, I believe. And can you just give our viewers a quick overview of who you are, what you do, the kind of work that you do?
So I'm a massage therapist and a health coach, and I have a little farm retreat where I do day away packages for people to come to visit for the day, as well as accommodation overnight for couples or for singles.
Okay. And you reached out to us for a website audit. So can you talk a bit about what's the issue with your current website and what are you struggling with when it comes to your website right now?
So I feel like it's not really converting any inquiries. And I also feel that it's a little bit scattered. So it looks like it's offering a lot of things. And so it's actually not really that clear on what I do offer, or all of the offers are distracting from each other.
And one thing you mentioned on the audit form that you filled out, is that you have this retreat business and you also want to ramp up your one-on-one coaching services and you're trying to tie them together, right?
Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason for the disconnect on your website as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's quickly jump into your website now, and I'll share my screen and then I'll walk you through what are the elements on your website that I'll give you a background about how a good website should be structured, and then we will go into the specifics of what elements on your website probably need to change. Okay, and I'll try to make it as actionable as possible so that you can quickly implement those changes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to go share screen now. Okay, so everyone, I hope you can see this. This is let me get to our homepage. This is Lynda's current website, glentress.com.au. And as you can see from the photos, let me just stop the video, right? As you can see from the photos, she has a really gorgeous place out there in Australia. Okay, so the first thing, Lynda, is that the homepage is like primary real estate. As soon as people land on your website, they take up about, you have to get their attention in about 2 to 3 seconds. In the first 3 seconds on your site, they should know exactly what you're about and how you can help them, right? So you've got a great message with Head for the Hills, but beyond that, as soon as they scroll down for the other stuff, it gets confusing with health coaching and accommodation treatments, right? So the thing is, every single page on your website should take people through a journey of sorts. It should help them through a series of, they should feel like you got inside their head, that you are the perfect person to work with them, right? So how does that happen? You need a particular kind of structure. The structure should typically be, you first address their problems. You talk about where they are right now, what are the kind of issues that they're dealing with. Okay? And then you build it up to where they want to be. And then you show them how you can help them. So you show them a before and after, and then you show them how they can get from that before to the after. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So now your homepage just says Head for the Hills. Why should I head for the hills? Yeah, it's fine to have a day away. It's fine to have time together, right? But like you told me on our earlier call, is that you want to help particularly women, especially in their 40s and 50s, right? Now this doesn't talk to them. This doesn't say anything about the issues that they're dealing with and why they would want to go away on a retreat, or why you provide a perfect escape. Okay, so what are the kind of issues that you think those women are dealing with right now, your ideal clients?
So just suffering with the busyness of life, the scatter that sort of happens in their mind, their bodies, because their bodies are changing, their lives are changing, their children are growing up. Right. So sometimes really great to get some time out
So,
and
so
new
why
perspective.
isn't any of that on your homepage?
Yeah, it's not, is it?
That should be your homepage copy. And instead of a plain watercolor, you have a watercolor as the background here, right? And on
Yeah.
the other hand, you have these gorgeous photos of the actual place.
Yes.
Okay. So first thing you should do is stop using this watercolor and use the real photos of this place.
Okay. Well, that's actually, it looks like a watercolor, but it's actually a photo, but it's, yeah.
This is a photo? Wow.
Yeah.
Then it has to be a bit more clearer because right now it looks pixelated and like a watercolor. So sorry.
Yeah.
Just better images of the place. Use those. Okay. And the copy,
Yeah.
you need to add in some more copy instead of just head for the hills. Give them a reason to head for the hills. Show that
Right.
in their before picture. Are you scattered? Are you feeling feeling ABC? Do you think it's a new way? You're struggling with the changes happening in your body. Everything that you just said a minute ago, not everything, but bring that down. Identify 3 or 4 sentences from that and put it on here. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
That should be on your homepage.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I'm going to quickly show you one other. Tracy is another client of ours who helps women, our senior executives, recover from burnout. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at her site, Burnout to Brilliance, it's pretty clear what she does. More than that, the first part, have you forgotten how to laugh? Are you sick all the time? Are you tired of being tired? Right? See these questions? Can you see the steps?
Yes, I can.
How do you feel
Yeah.
with that?
That would be really good to put on there, yes.
Well, of course, you can't copy hers, but I'm just showing you the example. So when people come to the site and they see this text, they see these questions, they nod along, right? Because that is her target audience will be nodding along. A 15-year-old will not identify with this, but a 40 or 50-year-old senior executive who's burnt out will identify with all of this. And the first thing, they'll think, oh my God, she got into my head. I have to see what her work is about.
Yes.
And then we tell what she does and how she does it.
Yeah. Is that still on the homepage?
Yes, this is Tracy's homepage.
Yes.
I'll send you these links after our call so you can go back and look them up in detail, okay?
Thank you. Yes.
So, like you said, this would be a Glentress Farm Retreats website, and you should move out your coaching services to a separate thing because otherwise it can get confusing. So if you're looking at retreat pages, 1 minute, I want to show you these photos of how they, of how good, just a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, I should actually stop both videos, right? Okay. I'm just showing you this as an example of how they have used images. Now, this is a resort's homepage, or not homepage, this is a resort website, okay? Now, do you see how they've used the images?
Yes. Yeah.
And that creates an instant impact. You get a feel of what going to the place will actually be like and what your experience will be like. So, on the Glentress homepage, and on all the other pages, you want to be using images like that give them a feel of what it's going to be like. This is a fantastic image. So is this. Use more of these kind of images.
Yes.
Okay, so back to the homepage Audit. You should have 3 sections. One should be what your ideal clients are feeling right now. Women aged 40 and 50, when they read that, they should be, oh my God, she knows exactly what I'm going through right now. Okay, so that should be the first part of it, with a background of, with a nice high resolution photo of your location. Okay.
Yes.
Then I would recommend moving these 3 away from it because they are very disconnected and they don't it leaves people confused. So are you a health coach or are you a retreat place? Like
Yeah.
we talked about earlier, let's keep this site focused for your retreat. So in which case you should
Yeah.
have down here some more images of it, a gallery of sorts of the place. And then a third section could be of how they feel once they get there. Okay? So
Yeah.
what are they, the first section, what are they struggling with right now? Second section,
Yeah.
a lot of really nice high resolution images of the place. Third
Yeah.
section of how people feel when they get there. And the fourth section, now this is an email newsletter sign up. Okay. Now, if you're
Yeah.
on a retreat, you don't necessarily need more email newsletter sign-ups, but you want people to send you inquiries
Yeah.
when you can book and how you can book. A newsletter sign-up is perfect for your coaching business.
Yes.
Okay. For example, I mean, when I go to this place in Goa, I don't want to be on the newsletter, right?
Yeah.
I want to go there, I want to experience the place. So if this website had something of a pop-up saying sign up for my newsletter, I would not sign up. But if they had something saying contact us, right, book now,
Yeah.
that's what I'd go and do. I'd book, or I would send them an email, a contact.
Yeah.
I want these dates. Are you available on these dates, and what are your rates?
Yeah.
So the bottom
Okay.
section should be that a small contact
Okay.
form. Send us an inquiry. What dates do you want? How many people? Okay. Or something getting them to go and check out your packages, your
Yeah.
retreat packages, not your coaching services, your retreat packages. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that should be the home page. Make sense? Any
Yes, it does. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Now I want to just show you another site so that you get a feel of what. Now, this again another client of ours. When you just browse through her site, I'm browsing fast so that you can't read it. But what is the
Yeah.
feeling those images and those colors give you?
It's nice and clear and fresh. The colors are nice and fresh.
So there's a lot of space, there's a lot of breathing room,
Yeah.
and it's a very relaxing, calming blue. Okay? That's
Yeah.
that's what her work is about. She helps create those kind of spaces for people. Do you get it?
Yeah. It's got
So your site
yeah.
has
It's got
that kind of feel. Your work is about helping women relax, find themselves again, rediscover themselves, and
yeah.
adjust to this new phase of life. So you want to have that calming kind of feel,
Yeah.
right? This gives it this kind of it gives it a dull gray, which is not that much calming. It's a bit sad. You want a more
Yeah.
vibrant, like these two, like this.
Mm-hmm.
I remember checking out your blog and your services where you have some really nice, upbeat, refreshing photos. Use those. So now we're going to quickly hop over to your services page. Like we talked, so in the web world, or if you look at psychology per se, they say that you give people more than 3 options, it leaves them confused.
Okay.
So at any given point of time, don't give people more than 3 options to choose from. You may be able to do
Yeah.
1,000 things, but you don't want all of that in one place. Break it up. For example, this is your
Yep.
service page. Now there's these amazing bright photos, right? Lovely photos. But if I have 12 options, damn, I'm not going to spend that time to read through each of these 9 options. Is it 9 or is it 12? 12 options, right? I'm not going to sit
Yeah.
and read 12 options. Make it really, really easy for people to find what they're looking for. Okay? So again, here I would recommend, since we decided to focus this site on your retreat business, not on your coaching business, I would recommend you have only your retreat packages and have only 3 package options. Okay? Those retreat packages could be, I'm not sure, your Airbnb time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you want to put Airbnb there, but you want to have a weekend package,
Yeah.
a day trip, or spa treatments. So you can put two things. You should have two sections on this. One should be stay packages, which would be a day, weekend package, a week package, or whatever. Three options for stay, for accommodation plus whatever services. Then a second row saying treatments, where these would be day treatments, and they can come in and take a massage or some of your spa treatments massage. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
have only two rows. Each row should not have more than three options, and make the distinction between those very clear, that these are your packages which are inclusive of stay and meals, and these are the treatments where they can drive in to you, be there for a couple of hours and head out. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
once you have that clear, so you have only 4 or 5 options total on this page in two separate sections of 3 each. Okay, so it's very clear. And then I know you want to integrate your coaching business into this somehow. So when people do show up, or when they come to you and they've experienced what your service is like, they've experienced the place, right? Now we all know that a weekend is not enough to fix everything. That you require handholding beyond that. That you require a continuous commitment to doing the work to actually get to that space of feeling centered.
Yeah.
Being comfortable with where you are. So once people do come to your place, then you can talk about your one-on-one coaching packages that they can do over the internet via Skype or something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is the time to talk about your one-on-one work. And on your business, your coaching business website will be the other way around. You would be advertising your one-on-one packages. And once people start working with you, or you are in the place that you want to set up retreats for your coaching business, for your coaching clients, that is when you drive them back to the Glentress site. Make sense?
Yeah.
That's,
Yes, makes total sense. Yeah.
That's how you get the two businesses or the two websites to work together.
Mm-hmm.
Not by having everything in one place, but having two different things that coexist and drive traffic and clients back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So that was about the structure. What should be on your site? Now, if you now let's look through the visual elements of your branding. Right. You use this blue color, which is it's a nice blue, but it's a very tame. It's a cold kind of blue. It's not a very warm color. Whereas all the photos that you use, all the photos of your location of Glentress that I see per se, have a lot of greens, they have a lot of browns, they have some vibrant colors. It's a very different color scheme. You see that?
Yeah. Yes.
And that creates a dissonance. That creates a disconnect. You want for your branding, since you have this gorgeous place. Now there are two ways to approach branding, right? It's how you want people to feel, and I'm guessing that's why you chose a calming kind of blue. This is a very cold vibe. Whereas your place seems to be a very upbeat, nice, perky place.
Yeah.
Right? So I would recommend changing your colors a bit. Now, if you, for example, if you look at Dorina's blue, it's calm, but it's still vibrant. And Tracy's blue is a much darker, deeper blue.
Yep.
I opened these blue websites because I saw that your color scheme tends towards blue.
Yes.
So spruce it up a bit. Along with this blue, you can probably, instead of using this blue, you can actually use a very vibrant green. Right?
All right. Yeah.
You want women to feel recharged, re-energized. Use these shades of green and this orange. That's very refreshing. Or this kind of darker blue. You see, this photo is the perfect color scheme that you want to reflect. So use it in different ways on your site. How? Now, for example, you see this white text is not very visible on the light blue background.
No.
So this is not the right way to use it. For example, if you had an orange background here, this color, that will make it a bit too bright and hurtful.
Yes.
Whereas probably if you had a deep blue, or if you have a light background, use a dark. use a black font, and vice versa. If you have a dark background, then you use a white font. Don't use two light things together.
Yes, I understand. Yeah.
Similarly with this image, I love the vitamin me, but because this image has so many different colors and textures in it, so many different colors, ranging from dark brown to lighter shades, see, half of your text is lost on it.
Yes.
Right? And if you had used a black font in this, it would still be lost because this particular image has both light and dark colors on it.
Yeah.
So you can't quite superimpose text on an image in that way. You have to give it some kind of background, either use an overlay over the image or something behind the text.
Yeah.
Also maintain consistency. None of these other images have text on them. Right?
Yeah.
The other thing I would say for the visual effect, use a larger font, larger, bolder font for the headings. For example, your heading should be a size 20 and bold. Even this text, it's a bit too small. Old school sites used to have smaller text, but these days it's all about larger text, less words. For example, you see this text is so much larger than yours.
Yeah.
It's easier to read. And especially the age group you're targeting, they would not want to read really small fine print.
No.
So keep your default text a minimum of size 16 and your headings a minimum of size 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and I think we will, you should remove all of the stuff like we said earlier, just have 2 rows.
Yeah.
The other way to go about selecting the right color scheme is using kind of colors that are very frequent on your in your photos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and okay. So you want this is your contact form at the end. You want it to stand out. Every single filtering site should have a single call to action, which is one thing that they can do to get in touch with you or sign up with you. Okay.
Yeah.
So for each of these individual packages, I'm guessing once you open these packages up, you should have your rates, etc. on them. What are the package inclusion and their rates? And this should be instead of contact form, put something in like, put in a question. Don't ask a different, just a contact form. You see how different a contact form is? So it's a question and a okay. We could have just said contact form and that leaves it up to them. But you want to engage them. You wanted them to feel like they're having a conversation with you.
Yeah.
So first a question. And you see this previous section had this blue background. So we've kept this white. Let me check if we've done the reverse. Yeah, for Tracy, she wants people mostly to sign up for her newsletter. Okay. So we've kept a blue background here. The previous section is white. So we've kept a blue background with the sign up. Okay. So you want it to stand out. Right now, yours is blending. Dorina's stands out. Tracy's stands out. But this is like blending in. And the final buttons should pop. They should always be different. You're seeing how the blue and the white blend into each other?
Yes, they do, yes.
It's very difficult to see. I have normal eyesight, but it's difficult for me to focus on these and read them. Right?
Yep.
Same with this. You want, in your footer, this section is called footer, which is common across all pages. Again, you want this to stand out. No one is going to go read on the Facebook text. You want to use a symbol. You want to use a Facebook symbol. Right?
Ah, yes.
Let's see, Tracy. No, she doesn't have it. Okay. So you want to use the Facebook, Instagram symbol. You don't need to email here because you have the contact form again here.
Okay.
And phone number, yeah. If it didn't occur to me what this number is about.
Okay.
I have to say that it's the phone number. Call us. And it doesn't make sense because you have that information here already.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm guessing, do you get a lot of spam email?
Yes.
Yeah, that's because you put it up your email address in clear font here, right? That's
Okay.
easy for spam bots to find and send you junk mail. You don't want to put it in clear. What you should do is have it as an image, or you don't need to specify the email here because you have the contact form right here,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you don't
Yeah.
need to specify the email here. And anytime you do need to specify the email, always put it as an image, not text, because that makes it
Okay.
easy for spam bots to find and then of course send you spam mail. Okay, so this was about your services page. Okay, let's go to my story. The other thing, your menu, it's a bit funny to have these pop up like that. That's not,
Yeah.
that's a bit old school. You
Mm-hmm.
want them to be highlighted in different ways. See, so right now we're on home. If we go to the about page, it shows up in a different color.
Yeah.
It's taking time to open, but yeah, once if we go to that page, it'll show up in a different color.
Mm-hmm.
Right, see, now this is grayed out.
Yeah.
So change that because it's just funny. It's difficult for, I am into web design, so I can understand what this means. A lot of times people will not figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to your stories. Okay, again, the font, please increase the
Whoa.
font.
Yeah. 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 Now it's tiny.
Yeah, the norm is to have a header, and this is not as much your story as the story of your clients
Yeah.
and how it relates back to you. Okay, so people think that their website is about them, that their website is about showcasing how amazing they are and all that they can do, when in
Yeah.
reality, your website is all about your prospective clients. So if this is your retreat website, then it should be your story per se. It should be on your coaching website. But
Yeah.
the story should be about your clients. This 40 or 50 something woman who's struggling with all the changes happening in her body, in her life. The kids are getting ready for college. If she's working, then she's probably hit the glass ceiling by then. In her relationship, things are a bit stagnant, right?
Yeah.
So they should talk about those things. And you tie it back in and say how you experienced some of that, right?
Yeah.
And how the living at Glentress Farms has helped you overcome that.
Yeah.
And now you're opening it up to other women. You're helping other women go down this journey of self-discovery and reclaiming their lives, right?
Yeah.
And you have so many better pictures to use than this one. I mean, just when we got on the call, use a better image that they would relate to. This is their before picture. I mean, please don't mind. I'm pretty direct when I talk, but
Yeah.
this looks like a before picture. The way I saw you before we started sharing screen, that looks more like an after picture.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So put in different images to
Yes.
structure this page. And instead of my story, it should be the Glentress story or our story. Because this site should be completely about Glentress Farms and Retreats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move on to the testimonials page. Okay, so
Yeah, I don't like that page.
yeah, for a while I thought it was still loading.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
don't
no,
have this G here and use something like, I'm showing you Dorina's website because of the websites we've made. This is the closest to your kind of color scheme and that kind of feel. Okay.
yes.
Okay. So people like to see other people. They want to know that this is Peter T is a real person. So I'm not sure whether
Yeah.
you reach out to past clients and ask them for it, for their
Yeah.
photos. But at least for future clients, make sure you get their photos and put their full name
Yeah.
as well as something about what they do. For example, in my case, I link back to my client websites, right?
Okay.
So you want to make sure that these are real people, so have their photos here. And instead of keeping it, again, please increase the font size.
Yeah.
Instead of having this G, you want to have either a photo, if you can't get a photo of them, use a photo of the place,
Yeah.
right? And separate them with some kind of dividers. For example, in Dorinas, we use these line dividers. In a couple of others, we use different colored backgrounds. Like Dorinas, everything, the background is all light gray and white here, right? But
yeah.
sometimes we use a blue background or use a color to differentiate it or a divider so that it's very clear. In your case, you have all of these one-line testimonials. Now, good
Yeah.
testimonials would ideally be longer. They should talk about what issues were they struggling with, how coming to Glentress helped them escape or get away from all of that. It should be
Yeah. Okay.
like a paragraph. For example, I'm going to show you my. Okay. So I'll get back to those. The other thing, yeah. The other thing you can do, because of your testimonials are so, for example, people who come for one day, etc., right? And they leave you just one sentence. You want to, either you can include a Facebook comment section, right?
Okay.
So they can either just log in through their Facebook, directly leave your comment on Facebook, and that would show up here. Or if you've had people talk about you a lot on Facebook, about Glentress, you can take snapshots of
Like,
it and put it up. Because this feels,
hi.
these are very vague, these are a bit vague and generic, right?
They are.
It doesn't give, if I'm a 50-year-old woman, this doesn't give me reason enough to want to come out to Glentress.
No.
Right. Now, if you look at mine, I'm looking for one of the website audit ones. Okay, so actually, if you look through any of these, right,
Yeah.
the grace and ease Richa brought to the technical difficulties was heartening. She went through my website page by page and told me what was working, what was not. So it's kind of a story. When someone reads this, they know the kind of work that person did with me and why and how I helped them, or rather how I helped them, right?
Yes.
If you read through this one, for many months I've been having difficulty maintaining focus, etc. There's one full paragraph about where she was stuck, what was the issue she was facing, right? And
Yeah.
what was her result after just one session? After just
Yeah.
so when people come to your place and they really love it and they tell you how amazing it is, ask them if you can write that down or if they can give it to you in writing.
Yeah.
So there's an art, there is an art to collecting testimonials as well. Not collecting, but often clients just love the work that you're doing for them, whether their massage or whether their spa treatment or coming to your location. But it is up to you to be able to capture that and showcase it on your site.
Yep.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so that was about the testimonials page. Again, at the end of the page, have them, instead of just this, of course, you'll restructure the footer, have a contact form like you did on the previous page, so that it's easy for them. You can say, would you like to join them? I think somewhere here I put that.
Yeah.
Right? So in the middle of my testimonial page, I have a really long testimonials, but in the middle of it, I put this, join me in the community.
Okay. Yeah.
Even on Doreena's testimonial page, we put a call to action here. They can check how they can work with her and they can mail her directly.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So next is your blog. We already have that open. Okay.
That's only just been added, but I'm not really happy with. Yeah.
I think it's the lack of clarity. And when you were trying to get your coaching business, your health coaching business, to tie in with Glentress Farms,
Yeah.
So this is letting go of the shoulds. It's more, I'm guessing, you're related to your coaching work.
Yeah.
But when you're writing about Glentress Farms, your story should be, you can write full client stories when people, so you can make a full case study of, someone who's struggling with certain kind of issues. And when she came to your farm, how did she feel and what was a day in the farm like? So your blog topics,
Yeah.
a day at the farm, what's it like? When you're visiting for
Yeah.
the weekend, what's it like? How, this one was a good topic. Why massage is amazing while doing a detox. But not necessarily just while doing a detox. Why a massage is amazing to help you reconnect with yourself or getting over
Yeah.
emptiness. What's the first thing you should do after you drop the kids off to college? Come for a massage.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. So it's about your messaging and tying in all of this with the work that you do with Glentress Farms. Right now, these are independent blog posts with the messaging a bit all over the place. You have
They
to,
are. Yeah.
you have some people write to express. That's what my personal blog is about. I need to write to express myself. But
Yeah.
on a business website, this is Glentress Farms, the business. You want to write
Yeah.
kind of blog posts that will appeal to your target audience, and that will help them make the connection between the kind of issues that they're struggling with and how you can help them.
Yeah.
Sometimes that connection is not obvious. Don't make them think.
No.
Make that connection for them. Let them see clearly how coming to your farm helps them.
Yes.
And another thing you can do with the farm is it's not just a place to recover from burnout or stress, it's a place to reconnect with yourself and it's a place to reconnect with your partner. I'm sure you have some kind of
Yeah.
activities, couple activities on your farm, right? Like feeding the ducks or going for a nature walk, things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now on to the next page, contact form. Okay, this looks like an all text contact form. You want to make it inviting for them. You want to invite them in for a conversation. Okay. So this page has contact us, contact info, contact form. And no images,
Look at it.
you've not used any images of such a gorgeous place. Why? You should use images of
Yeah.
the place as headers everywhere. Now if you look at the headers again, open up please. Okay. We have a gorgeous header image that conveys kind of what she does, her work, right?
Yeah.
It's super organized kitchen. And again, a conversation. And the photo that we've used of her is again an inviting photo. It's like,
Yeah.
it's not a dry, drab contact form. She's inviting people to send her an email to connect with her.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm
Great.
doing here. Right? Want to book a getaway with us. Instead of contact form, that's what you should have. Do you want to
Yeah.
book a getaway with us now? Okay, again, these buttons should be at contrasting colors so that they stand out.
Yeah.
And the font needs to be larger. Do not put your email address in clear there because you already have a contact form. Okay? And
Yeah.
use a couple of images of the place in the header.
Yeah.
Contact us, you can say let's connect or get in touch or write into us, something like that.
Yeah.
That this contact us works fine for big old school businesses that don't have a personal connection. Glentress Farms and all of your work, your coaching or Glentress Farm is about that personal connection with your clients.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, now that was a lot of stuff that we've covered. Do you have any questions about this?
I think that it's just a confirmation, really, of I suppose it's about how to add the images. So I have what you've said makes total sense, and it's sort of like how to do that. So probably it's about getting an action plan of
Mhm.
what kind of photos to collect or to take to get some more images to come through. So I think basically I don't have questions because you're confirming everything and you've probably answered everything. So
Okay.
I think it's a matter of implementing now.
Sounds good. Okay. And does this help you get the kind of clarity that you were looking for?
Yes, definitely. That's so clear. And I couldn't put my finger on what it was that I wasn't sure about, but your perspective gave it total clarity.
Thank you. Glad I could be of help. Okay. So I'm going to stop this recording now, and I hope walking through your website and talking about what works and what doesn't also gives our viewers or the listeners some idea about what to do on their own website. Okay. So
Yeah.
this was a good learning experience for all of you. Thank you so much, everyone. And now I'm going to stop the sharing and stop the recording.